everyone, it's Shani Lehu here and welcome back to a Monday Mac week. I'm actually scheduling a video on an actual day where it's meant to be filmed and uploaded. I'm so proud of myself. Ignore my hair, I literally had a shower. But while I was in the shower I had an epiphany, a thought, an idea of what to do for today's video and what I could talk about. And it is literally so simple. I should have done this a long time ago. It is my experience living in a hostel, living in this hostel. I've lived in this hostel for 3 years now. Technically it's meant to be 2 years, but I'll explain a little bit more later. The ups and downs of living in the hostel, the drama, what I have been in. Too much drama. Trust me, guys and girls, don't be friends with people. I'm just saying, because they bring your name into things. Not gonna lie, I actually met really nice people while I was living here. Well, I'm still living in here, who I've basically known since college, and they've moved in here, and people who I've never met before and became really good friends with. So let's get into the video. Here on the 27th of July 2016. I was 21 years old. The reason why I live in a hostel was because my mum's place was overcrowded and we just wasn't getting along. I mean, I was constantly fighting with my sister, my mum, and my stepdad, and it was just getting to the point where it was making me feel so shit. I had no freedom, but in a way it was also good because I didn't have to pay rent. My food shopping, my clothes would be all done for me because I'm privileged. I just don't know how to do things. I'm joking, I know how to do stuff. I was just used to basically getting stuff done for me. But yeah, I just couldn't cope with it at the time. And also I was doing work experience at the local job centre. I wanted to be an administrator. And I thought, well, this is a perfect way of being able to get my foot through this door so I can build up a life and basically just work and do something what I really enjoyed. So I was like day 2 into doing my work experience, and I had enough was enough. Me and my mom had a really, really bad fight. Not a physical fight, more like verbal fight. I don't even remember what it was over, but it was really bad, and I just stayed with my Tony, and I basically went into work, forgot that I had to wash my clothes. And they was like, didn't you wear them yesterday? You've still got the stain on. I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot. And they was like, what's wrong? This is when I went to go see these 3 ladies. They were amazing. I still sometimes keep in contact with them every so often. But when I eventually moved into here, they bought me a pillow, which I've still got, which needs cleaning. And but they made me feel so welcome there. And here. Anyway. And I explained, like, oh, my mum had this massive argument. And I just left. I just can't go back there. It's stressing me out. And they was like, okay. And that. So they told me to speak to another lady. I'm not going to give names and that, because that's not who I am. And she was like, okay, we'll go down to the council and we'll basically just help you get out of here. I was like, okay. Ooh. So we went down there, and this gentleman says, oh, by the way, there's a new YMCA opening. And I was like, oh, great, a YMCA. The only thing I know about the YMCA is the song. I knew nothing about the YMCA. When they said hostel, I was like, am I gonna get killed? Like, am I gonna have a problem here? And they explained that it's a brand new, like, building. They're building it up. It's going to be amazing. There's going to be an opportunity for you to basically get out and have your own place, but this is like the first stepping stone. I was like, so I can't actually just have a place? And they said no. I was like, okay. So I accepted, and I got a phone call to have kind of like an interview. The interview was about an hour and a half, and it was just them asking me questions. It was just to see whether or not they would see me acceptable being in the building, like if I had a criminal record, if I did very dangerous drugs, blah blah blah, and my mental health side. I do have mental health. I have anxiety and I have depression, and it's easy for me to talk on the camera because nobody watches my videos. So good one, Shawnee. Good burn. Oof. Wow, I'm gonna have to cry much later on. Wow. Anyway, so after a while, she noticed I was getting very stressed out and very anxious and upset. And she was like, oh, are you okay? I was like, no, I'm doing this behind my mum's back. She's going to find out. She's going to get really angry. She's going to kick me out, blah, blah. Lots of things were running through my head. Literally, it was so bad. I was just having I was just overthinking, and I was getting myself so scared. And she was like, just look, breathe. You know, we think you are acceptable to be in this place. I mean, it's overcrowded. We're going to help you basically be independent. I was like, I know how to be independent. I know how to cook, clean, blah, 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 blah. Well, that's good then. We will have to basically show you. And I was like, show you? She said, you'll be surprised at how many people don't know how to do the basic stuff. And I was like, okay. And then I got a call to say that, you know, I'm able to move in. I accept, like, I was acceptable. Well, not acceptable. I fit into their criteria, basically. And they wanted me to see me right there and then. And I was like, right, well, I've got to do work experience. Well, work at the job centre. But I couldn't even get up that morning because I thought my ovaries exploded. That is how I moved in here. I got up one morning and after I told my mum and that, because I had a phone call and I was like, shit, I have to tell my mum now. Like, I'm moving tomorrow. And do you know what? She was fine with that. She says that I was so grown up. She wishes that I told her sooner, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so that morning I actually woke up with extreme pains. I couldn't even stand up. I couldn't even get out of bed. And I legit thought my ovaries just exploded. So my mum called my boss. She explained, she goes, hope I get everything sorted. And then I had to tell the hostels, like, I can't make it, I'm in hospital, my ovaries exploded. It didn't. I still don't understand what is wrong with my ovaries. But now I know that I have pox. That was only because I missed 3 periods recently, and now I'm having it. This is what, the 15th day now. Another story in that later. Anyway, so I finally went home and I called not the manager, but he's the manager now. I'm not giving names. And I was like, oh, I can come in now. I'm back from the hospital. Am I still be able to have my interview? And he was like, yeah. Well, induction, but I was like, yeah, come down. So I came in, and then the actual manager came in. He was like, you're the one who had to go to hospital. And I was like, yes. It was like, what was that for? I was like, I thought my ovaries exploded. And that was like kind of like the running joke for a while. And that. So I got settled in. I went down to the council, sorted out my benefit stuff, well, my housing stuff, to help me pay the rent here, but then also so I pay a personal charge, the housing benefits pay the rest of my housing stuff, and I got brand new stuff, and then I met my roommate, and Long story short, she screwed me over and now she got kicked out. She wasn't cleaning. She just wasn't doing anything. She stole money from me. She wasn't a good cluster mate. And in the hostel here, there's 4 floors. So the floor is the flats, which is I'm in now. And the 3 floors are clusters. So you and another female, and if you're a male, you share with another male. You have you have a bathroom, you have a kitchen, what you share, and then you have your room, and then you have your cluster mate's room. And trust me, it's amazing. Like, all you have to do, basic rules: don't smoke in here, don't drink in here, don't do drugs in here, and keep the cluster tidy. They're the basic rules. Anyone can follow them rules. A kid could follow that rule if they really wanted to. You know, I don't recommend you doing drugs though, you know. Drinking, I don't know, I was like 9 when I started. It was Christmas, so, you know. Anyway, so when I moved in, I didn't really speak to anyone. I was too scared to even talk to my cluster mate because she just screwed me over too many times. She stole money from me, and I was scared to say, enough is enough. You get your shit, I'm going to get my shit. Don't touch my stuff, end of. By the time I had the courage to say that, she was already gone. And then I had another cluster mate, and she was lovely. She was so understandable. She bought her own stuff, I bought my stuff. The only downside to sharing is that you only get a very small fridge. And in the fridge, you got a small freezer. But they do allow you to have your own fridge freezer. It has to be an under-the-counter one. That's fine. Doesn't bother them. Plus, if you do move out, you've got yourself an extra fridge or an extra freezer, which is always useful. Not gonna lie, especially when you need to stock up in the winters and the summertime. Anyway, so my second route cluster mate, she was lovely, understandable, but I still wasn't talking to anyone. And this was what, October. Another month goes by, and this is November. This is when I start officially coming out of my shell. This is when I start coming down to meet the other residents, because I've seen them outside my windows, all having a laugh and joking and just having so much fun, and I'm like, I can do that. I can be fun. I could go down there and say hi. I never did. It was only because my now friend, she knocked on my door and asked if I wanted my bins taken out, and I was like, I was gonna go and do it myself, but she went, no, I'll do it. And then that day I was like, thanks for that, and we started talking. We hit it off straight away, and then I met another girl. I eventually moved in with her, and it just wasn't going perfect. I mean, if I wasn't working, I was doing everything, cooking, cleaning, doing the shopping, blah, 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 blah. But when she wasn't working, she wasn't doing anything. And then when I was working and she wasn't, it was very messy, and she ended up stealing near enough all my stuff. My cups, my plates, my mum's saucepans, which she still wants back. But I ain't told my mum that they was taken. And this lot, I was just scared telling my mum. But yeah, and then I started working for the council, which I'll give my experience on that. It was an apprenticeship. It was the most amazing experience of my life. But things between that just didn't go just the way I wanted. But then, so it was a year into living in the cluster, and then I had this amazing opportunity to move into the flat. I was like, yes, I have been waiting a year. I am now working. I've been showing you that I can pay rent. Not always on time, because it is a struggle, because my ex best friend basically stole a good amount of money off me. And I ain't seen him ever since. He stole around about 200 off of me, and I was paying his personal charges on top of that. Well, I was giving him money for it, and he was never paying it. So I basically was the biggest fool in the world. So I had an amazing opportunity to come up in, well, live in the flats, and I've lived in the flats now for 2 years. Literally, on the 28th of August, I moved into the flats. I've been here 2 years now. Well, it'll be coming up 2 years in the flats, and I have to move soon. Obviously, I don't have to move straight away, but they don't want me to stay for like another year or two. I have been bidden, but they are so supportive. Anything I need, any problem I have, I can just go downstairs and it's like, well, blah, blah, blah. And they sort it out straight away. The quick, the simple, they understand. If you're having money problems, they will help you figure this out. If you can't pay your personal charge because you was either underpaid or you've forgotten you spent it all, they'll be mad, but they'll be like, okay, next time, come straight to us as soon as you get paid. Make sure you give us the money what you are. And they're just so fun to talk to. Like, you could literally just go downstairs and have a laugh with them if you really wanted. I have bad times in here, don't get me wrong. It's more of the residents, especially a certain resident who just decided to just be a complete scoundrel, should I say. Tried to attack me for no reason whatsoever, and she's still trying till this day. Obviously, police and all that lot being involved. But yeah, I mean, I've met amazing people here. I've met good friends. I've met amazing staff who have come and gone, who have found bigger and better things. Like, it's not just the residents who develop and grow, it's also the staff members who develop and grow as well. And it's just one of these amazing opportunities. I wouldn't go into another hostel because out of all the other hostels I've heard about, this one is like the best one. So if you are scared about going into a hostel, don't be. Just get to know the staff, get to know the residents in the hostel. If there's some dodgy ones, stay away from them. If they're good ones, keep them close, but don't open up. Don't tell them everything in one go. Don't lend out money. That's one thing. Help them out if they need money for food. Give them a bit of your food. In this building, like, we always have a couple of people who cook for everyone. Not for everyone, but the main group. So they'll do a big pot and they'll just dish it out for everyone, and they'll all sit downstairs. And it's amazing. I mean, we've got a zone of peace room, so we can read books if we want to read books, or if we want to, have a quiet chat. We've got pool, we've got table tennis, we've got TV where we can watch films or TV programs. We've got certain clubs, what they do. They also do courses as well. So like to independent living course. So it shows you how to budget, healthy eating, blah. I know this lot. It's amazing. So I'd recommend, if you had to go into a hostel, check out the place first. Check out the residents, check the staff out. Ask, do you do any courses? Do you help me to get into a course? Do you help me to get out of and in my own independent living? Ask questions. There is no such thing as a stupid question. There's things like, oh, can I use the washing machine? And there was like, yes, you can use the washing machine. You can use the dryer. I was like, is there a specific day? And it was like, yes. And I was like, okay. There's no such thing as a stupid question. If it's on your brain ask. But yeah, this was Monday Mac week. I have no idea what I'm going to do for Thursday, so comment down below what you want me to do on Thursday, and if you're in a hostel, tell me your experience, because everyone in a hostel has different experiences. Mine was a good one because I didn't speak to many people. I kept myself to myself. I was a nerd basically, and I'm still kind of like that now, even though all my friends who I've known here have all moved on. I'm still here, hopefully not soon, because hopefully I'll be moving, I hope, because I'm ready to leave now. I'm ready to move on with my life. I'm ready to get my own flat. I'm ready to, have a living with my boyfriend and, get married and have kids and all that. He's probably going to watch this and he's like, hey, we ain't getting married, so no. But I've had a lot of downfalls in here as well. Don't get me wrong, it's stressful living in here, but it's more stressful living on your own independently, because I can't just go downstairs and just, if I move out, I can't just go downstairs and ask for staff, because that doesn't work, because I'll be on my own. So I have to call my friends, or I have to call my housing association or my landlord if I need any help or struggling. But they always say you can always come in here and ask them questions once you moved out. They'll help you explain things. So comment down below if you live in a hostel, what's your experience, and what video you want me to see on Thursday. I might do a cheeky one. I might do a cheeky video tomorrow. My experiences of, I don't know, oh, I know I'll do on Tuesday. So now I'm just gonna edit this video and just see you later.